ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدى هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد, my brothers and sisters in deen, I enjoin upon you and upon myself the fear of Allah wa ta'ala. Inshallah, in today's sermon, we will be focusing on some of the teachings of one of the hadith of the noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A hadith transmitted by Imam Muslim. In that noble hadith, the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is saying to us that alaykum bis-sidq fa inna as-sidqa yahdi ila al-birr wa inna al-birra yahdi ila al-jannah. In this noble hadith, our Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is telling us that alaykum bis-sidq. He said, I enjoin upon you, that is, I commanded you to maintain truthfulness. That is, He is commanding us to be truthful in all our actions, in all our activities. He says, فَإِنَّ الصِّدْقَ, He says, certainly truthfulness, يَهْدِي إِلَى الْبِرِّ, leads to righteousness. وَإِنَّ الْبِرَّ, and certainly righteousness, Yahdi ila al-Jannah, leads to Jannah. Yes, everyone is aspiring, struggling to be among the inheritors of the Jannah, to be among the successful ones in this life and in the hereafter. And in this noble hadith, our Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is guiding us towards a path that when we get to that path, we will have a successful life in this world and a better life in the hereafter. So He now commanded us with a quality that will lead us to attain righteousness. Because everyone wants to be righteous. Because even the unrighteous one will still tell you he is a righteous person. Because it is a quality everybody wants to have in him. It's just like a bad person will tell you he's a good person. Nobody wants to be considered a bad person. So for righteousness is not just something that one attains by just claiming. So you are not just going to be a righteous person by saying or mere statement, but rather it is something that you attain through your actions. And that's why Prophet is telling us that we should maintain truthfulness. That is, we should be truthful in our actions, in our dealings. And he said truthfulness leads to righteousness, and righteousness leads to Jannah. There is one thing we must fundamentally understand, that righteousness has serious connection with your behavior. Because someone or some of the Sahabas inquired from the Messenger what righteousness is. He told them that what al-birru, that is the hadith transmitted by Imam Muslim, he said to them, al-birru husnul khuluq. He said righteousness is good behavior. Righteousness is good behavior. I usually say to my brothers and sisters, in virtually all our communities, or all our states, or all our countries, most of us, we have not yet identified our problems. Sometimes we tend to think or feel that some specific set of people are responsible for our state. Like the suffering we are all in today. Sometimes you may think one particular section or one particular religion or one particular tribe is responsible for it. Or even globally. But the fact remains, no tribe is responsible for our state. No specific group of people, that is in terms of color or in terms of status, that are responsible for what we are facing. But what we are facing today is the consequence of our behavior. That is, the same person or same set of people who create problem can still solve the problem. Same sets of people that create problem can still solve the problem. Allah Ta'ala said to us in the verse of the Quran that Inna Allah, He said certainly Allah Ta'ala, that is the Almighty God, La yughayyiru ma biqawmin, He will not change the state of the people hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim, until they change their state themselves. The situation we are facing is as a result of our bad behaviors. And what will get us out of that state is changing our behaviors. And that's why when we look at the Prophet, he said to us in a hadith that innama bu'ithtu, he said, I have been sent li'utammima, to fulfill makarim al-akhlaq, good behaviors. So brothers and sisters, indeed, my advice to myself and the rest of us, irrespective of your tribe, irrespective of your status, irrespective of your race, irrespective of your country, check your attitude, check your behavior. And that's why, as a Muslim, being that attitude or character or behavior have significant impact in determining who you are. And that's why as a Muslim, one of the yardstick, one of the things you use in measuring how righteous you are is check your character. Our Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to us in a hadith that akmalul mu'minina imanan, he said what? Ahsanuhum khuluqa. He said the best of the believers in terms of faith, that is the most righteous of the people, is who? The best in character. There is connection between your character and your iman. The mistake most of us are making is this. You think that the most righteous person is the one who spends more time in the mosque. No. Sometimes somebody may spend more time at the mosque, and the one who spends 10 minutes or 20 minutes may still be more righteous than the person. Because Islam is not about mosque alone. Salah is not the only thing that makes you a Muslim. Salah is one of the pillars of Islam. One of the pillars. Not with one thing. That is one thing among the things carrying Islam. You know, just like this building, when you say pillar, it means what? What's holding it? It's a bunyan Islamu ala khamsin. Islam is built. That means Islam is not just the 5 things. It's a bunyan Islamu ala khamsin. Islam is built upon 5 pillars. Shahadati an la ilaha illallah, testifying that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, wa iqami salah, establishing the prayer, wa ita'i zakah, from giving zakah, wal hajj, performing hajj, wa sawmi Ramadan, and fasting the month of Ramadan. So as a Muslim, or as a rational and right-thinking human being, you need to walk towards being righteous. But you must also understand that there is connection between righteousness and your attitude. We can't solve our problems because we are not ready to change the cause of the problem. I usually say to my brothers and sisters, like I said from the beginning, don't think there is any set of people that are responsible for our state. We are all collectively responsible for our states, and we are all collectively responsible for reverting or to changing the situation. And everybody will do within his own sphere of influence, within the area you have control. Change your life, change yourself, change your family, change your friends. Ask yourself where you are. What kind of person are you there? As a Muslim, if you are a father, you're supposed to be the best of the fathers. As a Muslim, if you are a child, you should be one of the best of the children. You should be the kind of father that when you are absent, your children feel your absence. As a child, you should be the kind of child that when you are absent, your parents should feel your absence. As a neighbor, like I used to say to my brothers and sisters, if you look at Islam, it teaches you, it guides you towards how you can live a decent life in this world. It teaches you and guides you towards the kind of life you will live that all those around you will feel safe in your hand. I do say to us sometimes, as a Muslim, you should be the kind of person that even if a non-Muslim lives with you as a neighbor, he should pray, not you leaving his place. He should prefer to be with you than being with other people who are non-Muslims. And I will tell you why. A Muslim is commanded by Allah to protect anybody, even an animal. An animal, not human being. If you have a neighbor, our Messenger taught us in a hadith that your neighbors are of three categories. You have those who have one right over you, and you have a neighbor who have two rights over you, and you have a neighbor that have three rights over you. If you have a neighbor who is a Muslim, who is bloodly connected to you, he has right of neighborhood. That is, you are supposed to take care of him because he's your neighbor. You are also supposed to take care of him because he's your family member, and you are also supposed to take care of him because he's what? He's a Muslim. That means he has right of neighborhood, right of Islam, and right of kinship. The second category of your neighbor is a neighbor who is religiously connected to you, and neighborhood is connected to you, but bloodly you are not connected. Yes, you will protect him, you will help him, you will be kind to him because he's your neighbor, and you will be kind to him because he's your Muslim. Another person that have two is this. One who is your neighbor, he is not a Muslim, but is bloodly connected to you. So if you have a neighbor, you will protect him, you will be kind to him, you will not harm him, even if he is a Christian, even if he is an idol worshipper. And you will also be kind to him because he's bloodly connected to you. But religious wise, you will say lakum dinukum waliya din. You won't force him to come and participate in your own religious activities. that's why Allah says, La ikraha fi din, no compulsion in religion. And another neighbor who have, mentioned one have two. One can have two, either neighborhood, bloodly connected. Another one who have two is neighborhood and, religiously connected but blood-wise not connected. And the last person is the one who have one right. That is one who is your neighbor, bloodly you are not connected, religious-wise you are not connected. So yes, you will protect him, you will be kind to him as your neighbor, but religious-wise you won't force him to come into your own religious activities. And blood-wise, maybe sometimes you can have family meetings, you say, oh my brother, please can you kindly excuse us, we are having what? Family meeting. Yes, you love him as your neighbor, but now you are having what? A private, family meeting. It's just like sometimes your brother can be somewhere and you can still tell him to excuse me because you want to have what? A nuclear family meeting. Maybe you, your wife, your own immediate children. It's not just, the entire family. May Allah Ta'ala guide us. So brothers and sisters, indeed, we need to all check our attitudes. We need to work on our attitudes. And I mentioned to us before, you need others. Others need you. We see things happening all over the world. They teach us lessons. Like one of our brothers, the president of Gabon, right? After the coup, what is he saying? He's calling upon others to what? To make noise, right? So he wants you to talk on his behalf. That means anybody needs others and others need him, irrespective of your position. So don't wait until when you need them before you come to realize you need them. Or as a Muslim, it's when you have a neighbor who is a Muslim, you have a neighbor bloodly connected, you have a neighbor who is a Christian, you need them, they need you. And that is why we all need to work, we all need to love one another, we all need to work hand in hand. If Allah wants, we would have been just a single ummah. If Allah wants any place to just be one time, we would have all been one time. Allah did not design the world to have one kind of people. He has designed the world for us to be different. It is that different that will make you to value what you have. بِالْأَضْدَادِ تَتَمَيَّزُ الْأَشْيَاءِ. May Allah Ta'ala continue to unite us. Like I said, we all need to work on our characters. We all need to see how we can save our nation together, how we can save our world together. And the ultimate thing we need to do to save our world is to change our ways of thinking. You can replace 10 governors, you can replace 10 chairmen, you can replace 20 presidents. There will not be change if we did not change our characters. That is, be the change you want to what? You want to see. If you want to have honest leaders, you also start being honest. If you want to have leaders who will give the country what we want, then you also start with yourself. We need to respect ourselves. We need to love one another. We can't continue fighting ourselves and build our nation. We have to unite to be able to build it. It is a collective responsibility. May Allah Ta'ala guide us all aright. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله العظيم الجليل لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ما خطيئة فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه أما بعد عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل. My brothers and sisters, indeed, maybe within 5 minutes, I will just want to quickly summarize some of the things I've said so far in outside language for the benefit of some of our brothers who are not all that enlightened English-wise. A takaice mun yi bayani ne akan hadisin Maki sallallahu alaihi wasallam inda yake cewa ina umurtan ku ko kuma ina yi muku kashe ku riki gaskiya saboda gaskiya yana bayuwa zuwa ga shari'a kuma shari'a yana kaiwa zuwa ga me yace ga aljanna. To abin da sai Maki sallallahu akwai wani hadisi sai yayi bayanin abin da ake nufi da albir wato shari'a sai ce albirru husnul khuluq. yace wato albir wato shiriya ko tsoron Allah shine ne yana nufin kyawawan ɗabi'u. A gaskiya kamata mu gaya wa juna gaskiya, mafi yawan lokaci muna tsammanin akwai wasu musamman waɗanda matsalolinmu daga wurinsu yake, amma kamar yadda na saba gaya mana dukkan mu muna da hannu cikin wannan yanayin da muka samu juna ciki, kuma abin da zai tsirar da mu shine sai mun gyara ko kuma mun hankalto abin da ke bamu matsala kuma mun gyara, wanda shine ne halayenmu. Wanda ya yi barna yanzu yana iya gyara in ya so yin gyara, tunda abin da ya sa ya yi barna saboda halayensa marasa kyawu ne. Ranar da ya canja waɗannan munanan ɗabi'u a lokacin zai kawo maku alkhairi. Kamar yadda na kan ba mu misali, ga sayyidina Umar radiyallahu anhu, in an ambace shi yanzu ni da kai za mu ce radiyallahu anhu, amma a da baya makiyin annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ne, wanda ke sanya halaka annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ne, amma kaga shi saboda me bai yi imani da annabi ba, bai so annabi ba, amma lokacin da ya zo ya yi imani da shi ya so annabi ba, sai zaman to me masoyin annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, da ya canja daga wanda ke neman wato bata musulunci zuwa gaba wanda ke gyara musulunci. Hakan ne dukkanmu in mun bar munanan halayen da muke ciki muka gyara halayenmu, ƙasanmu zai gyaru. In kai uba ne sai ka binciki kanka, in kana son ka gane imaninka, kamar yadda muka ce in kana son ka gane kyawun imaninka ka dubi halayenka. Wanda ya fi ka halaye kyawawa ya fi ka imani. Shi yasa ba wanda ya kai annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam kyawawan halaye. Shi yasa Allah ya ce da shi wa innaka la'ala khuluqin azim. Allah ya ce ka tsaya akan dabi'u halaye kyawawa wanda ba irin su. Innaka la'ala khuluqin azim. Kuma idan muka duba ai annabi ya fi kowannen mu tsoron Allah, ya fi mu halaye kyawawa kuma ya fi mu tsoron Allah. Sai ce ne inna a'lamakum billahi wa atqakum ana, yace wanda ya fi ku sanin Allah da kuma wanda ya fi ku tsoron Allah shine ni. Ya fi mu tsoron Allah, ya fi mu kyawawan halaye. Yanzu karancin tsoron Allah mu ya sa halayen mu ba su da kyawu, shi yasa kuma kasar mu bai da kyawu, saboda mu ne kasar. In muna da kyau kasan zai yi kyau, in mun lalace kasan zai lalace. Ba yarbawa ke ba mu matsala ba, ba hausawa ke ba mu matsala ba inyamurai ke ba mu matsala ba. Waɗanda ke ba mu matsala su ne waɗanda ba su da kyawawan halaye a cikinmu. Kuma yadda za mu gyara kasanmu shi ne mai ƙoƙarin yawaita masu kyawawan halaye, kyawawan ɗabi'u. Ai Allah ya yi mana bayani karara, ya ce inna Allah la yughayyiru ma bi qaumin, Allah ba zai canja yanayin mutane ba hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim, sai sun canja yanayin kawunansu. In kai uba ne ka dubi kanka, wani irin uba ka kasance? In ke mata ce ki dubi kanki, wace irin mata ke kasance? In kai kana da makwabta, yaya ɗabi'unka da makwabtanka? In kai musulmi ne sai ya zama to kana da makwabci wanda ba musulmi ba, shin kana iya bugun kirji ka ce saboda ɗabi'anka wannan makwabcinka da ba musulmi ba yana son ya shiga musulunci? Kaga kana da makwabci wanda ba musulmi ba sai kana cutan shi, ka nuna masa kaman addininka ya koyar da kai cuta, to me zai sa ya so addininka? In za ka zalunce shi ka nuna mai kaman addininka ya koyar da kai zalunci, kaga wannan kayi ma musulunci rashin adalci. Saboda annabi ya ce du'a'ul mazlum, addu'an wanda aka zalunta mustajabun, karɓaɓɓiya ce walau kana kafira ko mutumin ba musulmi bane. Kaga ɗabi'unka ya sha bamban da addininka, shi yana kallon ka yana yin hukunci akan addininka, alhali kuma addininka ba san abin da kake yi din yake so ba. A kaddara a ce kai kana canji, sai wani ya kawo maka kuɗi ya ce ka taya shi canji, wanda ba musulmi in ka cuce shi ka nuna mai ne. Musulmai ba cuta kenan. Ka ce mai musulunci na da kyau ya fahimta? Ai ba zai fahimta ba, saboda in ya zo wurin ka cutar shi kake. Saboda haka musulmi duk inda ya samu kanshi yana da bambanci. Shi yasa koya mutane suka yi kokarin jawo musulunci baya yiwuwa, saboda ɗabi'un wasu mu ba shi da kyau, amma kuma in sun je suka karanta musulunci sai su so musulunci. Saboda ɗabi'un wasu sun gano cewa ɗabi'un wasu mu ba ɗabi'a ce ta musulunci ba. Saboda haka a matsayinka na ɗan kasuwa, a matsayinka na miji, a matsayinki na mata, a matsayinka na ɗa, a matsayinka na ɗan siyasa, a matsayinka na ɗan makaranta, kowane matsayi ka samu kanka ka binciki halayenka. Yana da kyau mutum abu guda ɗaya. Duk ko ka so ko kaki, rana zai zo dukkan abin da kake yana da iyaka. Sai an ja maka birki. Wa zai ja ma birki? Allah, saboda ko ka ko ka so sai ka mutu, kuma za ka je kai bayani abin da ka aikata. In kana son aljanna, addu'a kadai ba zai baka aljanna ba. Addu'a kadai, in ka ga dama ka soke Qur'ani sau miliyan, wannan ba zai baka aljanna ba. Allah ya ce waɗanda za su tsira su ne suwa, ya ce illal ladina amanu, sai ce me wa amilu salihati وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. saboda ya ce wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Kuma duk lokacin da mutane ba su sallama ma wannan ba, wahalar daga duniya zai soma. In ba a manta ba, na gaya mana lokacin da ya gabata, in ka bi Allah, daɗin bin Allah yana somawa ne daga duniya, ba wai lahira ba ne. In ka bi Allah, daɗin shi yana somawa ne daga duniya. Idan muka bi Allah, za mu iya tafiya ba ma tsoron wanda zai yi kidnapping ɗinmu, saboda wanda zai yi kidnapping ɗinka a hanya zai kyale ka saboda ya san Allah zai tambaye shi. Ba za ka ji tsoron komai ba, amma duk lokacin da kowa ya bar Allah, kowa ana tsoron shi a ɓangaren da yake. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala ya tsirar da mu. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala ya kawo mana zaman lafiya a ƙasar mu, tsakanin mu da ƴan uwan mu, tsakanin mu da hatta ma waɗanda ba musulmai ba. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala hayaniyar da ake cikin duniya na juyin mulki nan da can da sauran matsaloli, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala ya kawo mana ƙarshen shi. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Allahumma la tad'a lana fi maqamina hadha dhanban illa ghafarta wa la hamman illa farajta wa la كربا إلا نفست ولا دينا إلا قضيت ولا عصيرا إلا يسرت ولا عدوا إلا خذلت ولا مبتلا إلا عافيت ولا ميتا إلا رحمت ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة يلك ولنا فيها صلاة إلا عنتنا على قضائها وفتحها برحمتك أرحم الراحمين. اللهم بعلمك الغيب وقدرتك على الخلق حينما علمت الحياة خيرا لنا وتوفنا إذا علمت الوفاة خيرا لنا. اللهم إنا نسألك خشيتك في الغيب والشهادة ونسألك كلمة الحق في الرضا والغضب ونسألك القصد في الغنى والفقر ونسألك نعيما لا ينفد ونسألك قرة عين لا تنقطع ونسألك الرضا بعد القضاء ونسألك برد العيش بعد الموت ونسألك لذة النظر إلى وجهك والشوق إلى لقائك في غير ضراء ولم تكن إلا. اللهم زينا بزينة الإيمان واجعلنا هداة مهتدين. اللهم أصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا. اللهم أصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا. اللهم أصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا واجعلهم في من خافك واتقاك يا رب العالمين. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم الجليل يذكركم واشكروه على آلائه ونعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم أنكم مسكتم. الله صبر.